highlighting.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that, folks, doing a little bookkeeping here, having a discussion about highlighters. Anyway, welcome, this is the Burlington City Council meeting number 9, May 4th, 2026, 5:30 PM, here in the Thomas J. Smith Council Chambers, City Hall, 400 Washington Street in beautiful Burlington, Iowa. Would you all please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Roll call, Katie, when you're ready.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson. Here. Phillips,
Here.
Kreitzer.
Here.
Okay, we have a few proclamations tonight. They're all stacked up at the beginning of the month here. First one is Police Week, which will be accepted by our very own chief, Adam Schaefer. Make sure I got the right one. Proclamation reads, whereas the city of Burlington, Iowa salutes the men and women who do the most difficult and dangerous work of safeguarding our communities, police officers around the nation understand the tremendous responsibility bestowed upon them in protecting the freedom and liberty of all citizens. And whereas the men and the women of the Burlington Police Department are dedicated to protecting all city residents and visitors with respect and dignity against deception, violence, and disorder. And whereas the residents and visitors of the city of Burlington recognize the dangers of law enforcement profession and understand the difficulties in performing the duties and responsibilities of a law enforcement officer. And whereas more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serve communities across the United States, including the 45 sworn officers of the Burlington Police Department. And whereas while officers are ever vigilant, 113 police officers died in the line of duty in 2025, amounting to over 27,000 line of duty deaths since the first death was recorded in 1786. And now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Burlington, Iowa, call upon all citizens to observe May 10th through May 16th, 2026 as Police Week, and show your support to the law enforcement officers who devote themselves to delivering exceptional service to our community and communities across this great nation. Signed and sealed this 4th day of May 2026, attested by Katie Music, City Clerk, and signed by John Phillips, Mayor. Round of applause. Here, we'll take a little turn so we can get a couple shots here. Yeah. Say a few words, sir? All right.
First of all, I just want to thank council. Having been an employee for over 33 years, it's always nice to have the support of council. You're able to help us with funding, able to get us the equipment that we need to do our jobs on a daily basis. I want to thank the Burlington community. They have our back 24/7, and it's what makes coming into work fun sometimes because we know that they're there to support us. And like I always say, the ones I want to thank the most are the men and women of the Burlington Police Department who come in and do the job, whether it's 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. We always plan on to have a larger crowd of officers who are on duty show up here, but as it would note, they're out on calls. So you know you're being taken care of, and we rather have them out there doing what they get paid to do and make this community safe. So on their behalf, I accept this proclamation. I said it many times, and I mean it. I think we have one of the best police departments, and I'm very proud of the work that they get accomplished. And it's an attestament to what they do on a daily basis. So thank you, guys.
Anyone else want to speak on the behalf of the PD tonight?
Robert Work.
Okay, that's good, all right. Well, thank you for coming, appreciate it. We do sincerely echo Chief's words. We really, those words on that document aren't just printed there, they're meant and heartfelt, so thank you. Next proclamation is for the Foster Care Month, and is Cammie Judd here? Okay, Cammie Judd is going to accept this. And the proclamation reads, whereas the city of Burlington recognizes that nothing is more precious in our community than the growth and development of our children, and every young person deserves a safe, loving, and stable home. And whereas foster care plays a vital role in providing safe and nurturing environments for children and youth in need. And whereas foster, kinship, and adopted families open their hearts and homes to the children whose families are in crisis, play a vital role in helping children and families heal and reconnect, thereby launching young people into successful adulthood. And whereas a strong network of community partners, including local nonprofits, volunteer mentors, educators, and government agencies, help create a support system that uplifts youth in care and promotes long-term stability and well-being. Whereas the City of Burlington acknowledges the essential work of these individuals and organizations and encourages more residents to become involved, whether by fostering, advocating, or supporting families in their community. Now therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Burlington, Iowa, do hereby proclaim May 2026 as Foster Care Month in the City of Burlington, Iowa, and urge residents to recognize the significance of foster care and honor the individuals and organizations committed to improving the lives of children and youth in foster care. Signed and sealed this 4th day, May 2026, tested by Katie Music, Mayor, and signed by John Billups, or Katie Music, Clerk, John Billups. Every week you get the
I know.
Oh my gosh. Quit it. Knock it off.
Would you like to say a few words?
Not after that. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming tonight, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, last one for this tonight, and this will be for the letter carrier Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. Megan, is she here? I did not see her. That's all right. We'll get this to her. Proclamation reads, whereas each year on the second Saturday in May, letter carriers across the country participate in the National Association of Letter Carriers Stamp Out Hunger and Food Drive, the nation's largest one-day food drive, geez, Billups, collecting non-perishable food donations to support local food banks and pantries. And whereas since its inception in 1991, this extraordinary national effort has collected more than 1.9 billion pounds of food, providing critical support to individuals and families facing food insecurity. And whereas the success of this food drive is made possible through the continued partnership of the United States Postal Service, the National Association of Letter Carriers, local organizations, and generous community members who come together to make a meaningful difference. And whereas in our local community, this effort has grown significantly, increasing from approximately 3,000 pounds of food collected each week to more than 12,000 pounds in just 3 years, a fourfold increase that reflects the compassion and the generosity of our residents. And whereas our local letter carriers are the true backbone of this effort, taking on the added responsibility of collecting, lifting, and transporting thousands of pounds of donations along their daily routes, demonstrating extraordinary dedication, service, and care for the communities they serve. And whereas all food collected through this effort stays within our local community, directly benefiting our neighbors in need, we commend the continued leadership and compassion shown by our letter carriers and partners. And now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the City Council of Burlington, do hereby proclaim the second Saturday of May as Letter Carriers Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive Day in the City of Burlington, and we urge all residents to participate by placing non-expired, non-perishable food donations near or in their mailbox on this day. Letter carriers will collect these items as they deliver mail, and through their extraordinary efforts and the generosity of our community, we can continue to fight hunger and support our neighbors in need. Signed and sealed this 4th day of May, 2026, attested by Katie Music, Clerk, and John Phillips, Mayor. I'll give this to you and you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my poor letter carrier, he has a ton of stuff to carry. All right, next up is comments from the audience. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to comment on anything before council that's not on the agenda, now would be the time to come up. We want to hear your thoughts. If we may not be able to discuss it in too much detail, but if you have something, now would be the time. I don't see anybody chomping at the bit. All right.
I'm not a public speaker, and I know I'll get very emotional here, and I'll shake and shiver, but that's who I am. First of all, what I have to say seems very small compared to our police department, our fire department, and the mailman. And it's about the pool, as always. And I did something that I've never done in my life. I got on Facebook. We don't have a computer, I don't email, nothing, but I was just, because I never filled out one of the questionnaires either. I'm guilty of that too. But I wanted to know what people thought and what their comments were, if I was just crazy or nuts. But I found out some people felt the same way I did. So I came to express, because I met a man at Walmart that went to one of, and I also met, I haven't gone to any of the planning committees, guilty of that too. And he was expressing some things that he liked. And so I'm going to refresh you what I think is important. He mentioned about having the pool and the wading pool together. They should never be together. If you go there, you see what the different crowd is. He mentioned, I'm shaking, in-depth. The big pool does have in-depth, what do we call it, low depth. You walk down with a railing. We have handicap staircase. The baby pool has no depth, so babies can walk in there. The idea of having separate is the big kids aren't with the babies and the mothers. Somebody mentioned about big umbrellas. We have big umbrellas. There's some, and I'm talking without any knowledge. I'm just rambling on here. But I have lived here about 50 years, and I have seen trees cut down, trees put up, one-way streets, two-way streets, fountains, splash pads. And after a while, it's just like, again, the trees really get beautiful, and we cut them down, we have these again. And it just seems like we are searching for something, but not satisfied with what we have. That we think bigger and better is going to be bigger and better, and not always that's true. And so my concern is the pool, and I hope we keep it simple. And I know you said there was a leak or something. Well, even if you tear this pool up, there's a leak somewhere. The water's going somewhere. But I always thought water went in the ground, eventually in the river. But I know nothing about nature, so I could be wrong about that too. So you're going to, I think at one time it was $80,000 or something, and suing the company, or they haven't done their duty. We wasted a lot of time, and we're still talking about 2 more years. That's 4 years without a pool. And when you look at Fort Madison, West Burlington, Mediapolis, Wapello, and I don't know what their population are, and we're still community, 2 more pools, and we want to do a bond issue. I don't know if it'll pass or not. I don't know how that community feels. And I'm getting more nervous. The second thing is Cascade Bridge. I don't live out there in that area, but I have so much empathy for the years, for the people that lived out there we're going to do it, we're not going to do it. We have this coming in, we have this grant coming in. It just continues and continues. And it's not your fault. It's not any council's fault. I just don't know why it hasn't happened for them. And I come here and I have to listen because I have to understand. I know nothing about money or budget or committees. But you had a flyer with some different ways to do the railing or an arch or something. I think the people would be so thrilled just to have a simple bridge redone. It doesn't have to glow in the dark or anything else. But maybe the people out there, that's what they want. If they do, I support them. I don't live out there, but I can't imagine what it's like for them. Now, the police and fire department, I don't know how hard it is for you to get out there without the bridge. If there's ever been an emergency or anything else, but I don't understand the people living out there. If we've never had to have that, but what if we did? Would it be inconvenience? Why haven't we done the bridge just safety-wise, convenience-wise? I can't point my finger at anybody or any council or anything. It just seems like we make things so much more complicated than they have to be. We don't need to compete with West Burlington. We don't need to compete with Bend City. We don't need to compete with the Gulf. We just need to be who we are. I'm sure I'll think of some other things I remembered, but I'm shaking. Thank you for letting me be here, and I appreciate everything you do, and you, the fire department, and all the other committees, because I look around and I love Burlington. And every day when I see a police car go by, or an ambulance if they're here, or a fire truck, I pray for the people. But I also pray for all the people who work for those departments. It's not an easy world we live in. And you go be up and beyond the call of duty for all of us. You made the choice. You made the decision to do that. So I commend you and I praise you and I thank you with all my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to the consent. All matters listed under item 1, consent agenda, having been discussed or considered to be routine by city council, will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, however, that this item will be removed from the consent and considered separately yet tonight. On the consent, we have minutes of previous meetings, payroll and city claims, beer, liquor, wine, and cigarette permits, reports and bonds. We have one resolution, and that's a resolution approving nuisance abatements for various properties. We have 4 set the date for public hearings for May 18th, 2026. First one will be consideration of a fiscal year 2025 through 2026 budget amendment number 1. Number 2 will be consideration of sale of property locally known as 417 South Garfield Street, City of Burlington, Iowa, with conditions. Number 3 will be a consideration of plans and specs for the 2026 Burlington Fire Station number 3. And number 4 is considerations of plans and specs for the 2026 Seal Coat Streets project. We have 2 appointments on the Riverfront Advisory,
Renewable.
Thank you. Renewable Energy and Sustainability Advisory Commission. You could tell what was on my mind. Michael Standard and Bruce Clarice. I believe that's the way that's pronounced. Is there anybody in the audience that would like one of these items removed and discussed separately? Anyone on council? Hearing none, is there a motion?
I have a motion to approve all listed under item 1 consent agenda.
Second.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to hearings.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you coming and having the courage to speak up. Susan, sorry. And I just wanted to get that out there. I kind of felt like, even though we're not going to discuss it, I think we all appreciate your input. So I just wanted to get that out there. I felt a little awkward there for a second, but I just wanted we appreciate you.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Moving on, well said. Moving on to hearings. First is consideration of an application for a roofing replacement housing program from the Iowa Economic Development Authority Community Development Block Grant. And I believe we have Sarah Hecox here to tell us all about it.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi there. I'm Sarah Hecox with Southeast Iowa Regional Planning Commission, and we are applying for a community development block grant on behalf of the city, and a public hearing is just required for that grant application. So we receive a lot of phone calls from Burlington residents needing assistance with different rehab items, and so due to a lack of funding, we put a lot of individuals on a waiting list. So we felt this would be a good opportunity to kind of address some of those homeowners sitting on the waiting list, and just a good opportunity for the city. The city of Burlington has identified the need to improve housing within the community. The priority is to look for different opportunities for residents to help with the rehab assistance, and then to address critical deficiencies that threaten things such as health and safety of the home. The activity will be funded with the Community Development Block Grant. This is the roofing replacement program through the Iowa Economic Development Authority. I'm not sure if some of you remember that they used to have the old owner-occupied rehab program that was available. They did away with that program and currently are now only offering a program for roofs. The CDBG application is due on May 22nd of 2026. The City of Burlington will request $198,000 in federal funds. This is the maximum amount that they will allow you to apply for. It is $30,000 for 6 homeowners, which is a total of $180,000. And then they do allow a 10% or $18,000 in admin for that total amount of $198,000. The project will assist the 6 owner-occupied homeowners. It is for individuals at 80% of HUD's median income for Des Moines County. So for example, a household of 1 would have to make below $51,550 a year, and then it increases with each additional household member. So a household of 4 would have to make below $73,600. This project is for the entire city. It does not have to be in a specific neighborhood like we have had with some of our other grants. And during construction, there shouldn't be any residents displaced since it is just for the roof project. After it's funded, the City of Burlington will have to adopt a residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance form that will comply with CDBG regulations. And then, so the proposed activity will consist of 6 low to moderate income households receiving funds for their failing roof system. Eligible activities would include the shingles, the underlayment, soffit fascia, if there needs to be a chimney removed, and gutters. And then also for part of the public hearing, we have to address the housing needs assessment for the CDBG purposes. I know Des Moines County completed one recently in 2023, but since this has been over a year, we have to address some of the concerns with the, mainly with the low to moderate income households. So according to the housing needs assessment, many households in Des Moines County are cost burdened, which means they spend over 30% of their income on housing expenses. And this is especially true with households who rent. Many households who are renting have a high rent or maybe lower quality units. To help address this, the City of Burlington has applied with upper story projects, also have supported different tax credit projects within the community. Another way to help households is with down payment assistance to provide them homeownership instead of renting. And then once they do have a home, the city offers a variety of different rehab grants. Other needs in the communities, as mentioned in the housing needs assessment, is to increase middle and upper housing, also increase housing that supports the local workforce. The demand for rentals remains high. Older homes are not very cost effective, so rehabbing those increasing the value of the homes and the neighborhoods is also in the needs housing needs assessment. To encourage development, the city offers tax increment financing and also tax abatement. And then other opportunities for activities to address housing needs of low to moderate income households is we do have our housing trust fund. It offers different programs for households such as rehab, down payment assistance. We've also applied with Federal Home Loan Bank, have received several grants over the years. We applied for one in 2026 and won't hear if that gets funded until December of this year. Also, Community Development Block Grants is a good resource for homeowners in the city. Currently, the only housing grants they have is the roof program, and then they also have the upper story rehab. Homeowners can also apply with community action. They have a weatherization program. And then we also have a new HUD grant where individuals can apply if they need lead hazards addressed. The city also has their demolition program that helps kind of tear down homes that are beyond repair. We have our housing trust fund. We have some development funds that help developers kind of absorb that risk of developing on infill lots. So those are kind of some different programs to help address needs of the citizens, mainly for the low-income individuals that are needing assistance in the community. So that's what just kind of a brief summary of the housing needs assessment, and then how to address that with the low-income households.
Good stuff.
It's a lot.
Is there anyone in the audience that has any thoughts or concerns?
Sir, how do people reach out to you if they need assistance like that? Is there a website or?
They can call our office, or the numbers on our website, and then if they need assistance with rehab, we do have a waiting list for Burlington. So that's part of why we were wanting to, and then we have them rank their priorities, and we have over 6 individuals needing the roof as their top priority. So that's kind of what we thought we could help those
And you have a
individuals.
waiting list all the time, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my only thoughts would be, I'm really excited that they bring this program to us, so thank you and regional planning
Yep.
for that.
And so, like, the intent would be to apply, get it funded, do the 6, and then keep
Try
going,
again.
so,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I had a question.
Yeah.
If any of the 6 come in at actual cost below 30,000, can that be rolled over into another, like a 7th project?
I think they're gonna just limit us on the 6,
Okay.
yeah.
I think I need some clarity. Has the decision been made on who's going to receive the funding? You said you had a waiting list.
So what we would like to do is, we already have over 6 people in Burlington they may have been on the waiting list a while that need a roof. So we would like to work with those individuals first. And we were going to even try to income verify them and have their applications ready. So when we submit the grant, it will look shovel-ready. And then we can just move forward when the grant gets funded.
So
That's our
anybody-
intent.
Anybody out there, get on the list for
They can-
next
yeah.
round, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes things don't work out, or people move, change their mind, but,
This really helps us accomplish our goal of better housing stock, and which improves everything, down the line, so.
yep. And we have other grants for roofs or siding and windows and stuff. So those people will kind of move them towards those other grants. But the ones that address the roof as their top priority, will move them to this program.
Okay. Any other thoughts or concerns, council?
I have none.
Sarah, thank you very
Thank you.
much for
Thank
coming
you.
tonight, appreciate it.
Your
Is-
Honor, I have a motion to close.
Second?
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss. Wilson,
Aye.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer.
Yes.
Your Honor, a resolution approving the application for a roofing replacement housing program from the Iowa Economic Development Authority Community Development Block Grant.
Second.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss. Wilson.
Aye.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer.
Yes.
Okay, great. Number 2 is consideration of solar power generation easement agreement with Red Lion, Burlington Solar LLC for city-owned property, Recplex and the Animal Shelter Solar Power Project. Mr. Byrd.
Your Honor, this is the required public hearing for solar generation easement agreement. So it's an easement lease agreement for the 2 properties subject to the PPA solar agreement, namely land at the animal shelter and the Recplex. From coming out of the work session, the only changes to the easement agreement that you saw at that time is Exhibit A, which includes the legal descriptions specifically for the two properties. Again, the animal shelter and the recplex. And just for the sake of the public here, so the recplex is 501 South Broadway Street, and so the legal description has been inserted into this agreement. And the animal shelter is 2000 North Roosevelt, and the legal description's been inserted in there. The only other section that was added under terms, Section 2, the agreement, Exhibit B, is incorporated by reference, and that's coming from the city attorney. So what that does is adds an Exhibit B, which adds the entire PPA solar agreement that the council's previously approved, and makes it a reference point in this lease agreement as well, noting that that's the prevailing agreement document to cover the easement here. So with that, there were no other changes or discussion items amended since the work session, so.
So in other words, this is an easement for them to install their equipment on our property,
That's right.
in the short version.
In the short version. It allows them to install their equipment, of which the city is buying power on city property.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that has any thoughts or concerns? Council, thoughts or concerns?
Motion to close?
Second?
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye.
Kreitzer.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving solar power generation easement agreement with Red Lion Burlington Solar LLC for city-owned property, recplex, and animal shelter solar power project.
Second.
Second.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye.
Kreitzer.
Yes.
Moving on to resolutions.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving an amended 28E agreement between the City of Burlington and the Burlington Area Convention and Visitors Bureau for hotel motel tax revenue sharing.
Second?
Okay,
This 2080 agreement, amended 2080 agreement, is a one-year renewal of the original 2021, I believe. April 2021 agreement between the city and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. It extends the revenue sharing for the hotel motel dollars between the city and the CVB for one more year, fiscal '27. And it continues the same revenue sharing elements. That is the city allocating 30% of the first $700,000 of hotel motel dollars, and 40% of all revenues above $700,000 to the CVB for services rendered in promotion of tourism and marketing thereof. It's anticipated that that cost would be, so we've budgeted in fiscal '27, $1.1 million in hotel motel revenues, and so that anticipated contribution to CVB would be $350,000 to $370,000, but it's based on those percentages. So, no other changes. Ask for council to consider approval.
okay. Any thoughts or concerns from the audience? Council, any thoughts or concerns?
No.
Hearing none, let's vote.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye.
Kreitzer.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution rescinding the sale of property locally known as 510 South Sixth Street, City of Burlington.
Second?
Moved and seconded.
Good evening, council. We had a progress inspection for 510 South Sixth this morning. Myself and the development director and the other building inspector went there, evaluated the progress that had been made since the last time it was brought before you, and it was determined that they are at a point of completion to where we could deed the title over to the individuals. So they have a few housekeeping items left that they determined would probably be finished within the next month, but the majority of the items from the conditions of sale had been taken care of.
Fantastic,
Great.
sir.
That's so
Thank you
great to
very
hear.
much. Anyone in the audience have any thoughts or concerns? Size of relief? I'm just gonna say it very, 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 this one made me very happy. You know, appreciate you, one, investing the time to come see us and ask us for an extension, and then really appreciate your due diligence on this property. Anytime we can work with someone that works with us, I'm thrilled to see it. So I'm very happy for you. I'm happy for the city. More importantly, I'm proud. You bet. Anyone else comments? Let's vote.
Great job.
Oh, wait, so,
So you're voting to rescind it?
yeah.
Voting to rescind
Okay.
it. So we're gonna vote no if we want to, if we don't want to rescind.
Correct.
That's always so
Correct.
confusing.
I know it is.
I don't want to make a mistake.
Double
I know. Scott,
No,
Weiss,
No,
Wilson,
Nay,
Phillips,
Nay.
Kreitzer.
No.
Outstanding.
so that's good.
Congratulations.
Okay, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it's like, it sounds bad, but it's good.
Okay, that's fantastic. We're all happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
will you please bring us pictures soon? Will you bring us some pictures sometime soon?
All right. Great,
Let's do it before.
All
Yeah,
right.
before and after, yeah.
well, great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Sorry you had to sit through all the whole meeting, but it was worth it. That's right. That's the way I look at it too.
That's awesome. I love it.
Thank you, folks. You too. It's already better because of you. All right, that reaches the end of our agenda, and so we will go around and get departments wrap-ups and then any input from council. Mr. Alsop, do you have anything tonight for further on development? No. Katie, anything from the clerk's office? I always ask you, you never give me anything. That's fine, I don't take it personal. Mr. Myatt, anything for wastewater? Okay, Ms. Jacobs, anything from library? Ooh, quiet tonight. Mrs. Stuker, nothing from finance? Chief Schaefer?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the community. Today I was able to accept a check in the amount of $7,500, the proceeds from the Barstool Open. And it's going to be donated to the David A. Wonderberg Community Policing Foundation, which the money ends up back at the police department. So once again, it just shows the support that we have. $7,500 is nothing to balk at. So thank you, everybody who participated.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great event.
Yeah.
I want to, it's personal to me because the family that started that was my brother-in-laws, Troy and Dunker Leach at the paddle wheel, and then all the other bar owners. And the reports was it couldn't have gone smoother this year. Beautiful weather. Normally, our weather is absolutely lousy, so we had great weather, and it was a great event. So looking forward to continuing that. And then don't forget, I believe we're doing the Bags for a Cause, which is supporting the fire department. So we're going to be working on that come September, I think. Anyway, Chief Toops.
Yeah, just a quick recap from last month's Saturdays at the fire department. We hosted the VPATs, as you know, so those were conducted over 4 Saturdays. We're finished with those. We have 27 candidates that advanced to the interview stage, and this week we'll be busy because we'll be conducting 27 interviews on a Wednesday and Thursday. So busy week for us, but we're happy to do it, and we look to hire 2 individuals off of this list. So busy week, and we're happy to get 27 advancing to the second stage. So.
Chief, do you keep the people that qualify and stuff, do you keep them on a short list for when and if you need more personnel?
Oh, yeah.
They just have to go through it again?
You mean from years past?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's up to that individual to kind of stay in the game and stay, privy to what's going on. But
Sure.
we do keep a list, and we do try to reach out, usually in January, to those that didn't make it in the year previous.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Good job. Mr. McGregor?
Nothing major of note with any big project update. We should be opening up the 5th Street intersection here shortly. And to answer Susan's questions on some of the survey stuff, you've all heard this before, and we'll go over some of the survey information. But the long and short of why we ask some of this stuff on a survey and the way we go about it is, 1, we should do it, but 2, we have to. And in order to jump through the federal and state guidelines and hoops to jump through, we can't get to the end of this and not ask our people what they want. So that's how I'll leave it. And if you want to tune in the next coming up work session, we'll probably be talking a little about it a little more thoroughly.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Mr. Byrd?
Awesome. A couple of things. As you may have heard, the state legislature adjourned last night, but not before passing some property tax reform legislation. We're still trying to understand exactly the impacts there, but there will be a couple of things that will impact. There is a 2% hard cap on some of the city's levies. There are some TIF restrictions in there. But there's also a couple of provisions in there that are antithesis to property tax cuts or reform, because there will be increases on multifamily property taxes. I don't know how many folks understood that or see that in the bill, but we'll continue as staff to bring information forward to you on that. This week, I am on the radio on Wednesday, so listen in. Don't know what we'll talk about. Maybe property tax reform. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah. I think I had one other thing, but it's escaping me now because property tax is just on my mind. So with that, I'm done. Thank you.
Well, if you think of it, you can always interject.
You can interrupt.
Yeah, it's gone.
Rob, do you have anything tonight?
I didn't have anything from BRE, but I did watch the play at the Players Workshop last night. It was their last show, and they hit a home run this time. It was a great show and a great cast, and I strongly urge people to venture out and experience things that you've not experienced before, whether it's just going to the show or being part of the show. There's always auditions. Also, John, I'm going to put you on the spot because my wife sent me a text, and she said the kids at Grimes get to pie someone in the face if they earn it, and they need someone for an assembly June 1st at 1:45.
I believe
Unfortunately, I'll
Annie
be
might-
busy,
Yeah, I believe Annie might be
but they would
available.
take you both if you're interested.
I'm happy to do it, Rob, just have.
June 1st, 1:45.
Yeah, saying you gotta just let us know. Let me
Yeah.
know.
Sorry, I put you on the
1:45,
spot. My
June
wife
1st.
put me up to that, so
Well, she does a lot for us, so I'll.
June 1st, 1:45. And if they don't earn it, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
requested that it be real pie,
Hey,
so
those
you can
kids at
actually eat
Grimes are
some.
pretty sharp.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty sharp. The odds of us not getting a pie is gonna be pretty rare, so.
All right, and other than that, slow down a little bit when you're driving. Be mindful of the people walking. We've had too many accidents and incidents lately. I noticed some folks on bicycles that went past right when I was pulling up here. They blew right through the stop sign. The traffic laws still apply to you too, and I'd hate to see another accident. Just drive the way you're supposed to drive and walk the way you're supposed to walk. Just pay attention when you're doing it.
Got you. Okay, anything?
Yes, I'd like to remind everyone that the Jefferson Street Farmers Market starts this week.
This week?
Yes, Thursday, 4:30 to 7 on Jefferson Street. And I understand they have more vendors than they've ever had before, so we'll see. And I also would like to recommend that folks who were not able to attend the Talamy presentation at the Capitol Theater last Friday night would go online if you can and look at Homegrown National Parks. It's a great program, and I would love for our city to be the first city that participates.
Okay. Mr. Scott?
Yeah, Friday, I met with the Senior Center Board, along with Amy Moyner from Downtown Partners. Finally had a conversation on mixed use for the building. It sounds real promising, but we're not a shoe-in because there is another building that's available that they're also talking to, so. And it's grant dependent, but it sure stirred the thought process with the board, so if this shouldn't work out, there may be a couple other things that come forward, so.
Great.
Looking forward to seeing that. Also, I happened to listen to a local radio station a couple, 3 weeks back and heard the city manager talking about his trip to Cuba. It was absolutely an amazing presentation, and I would love to see you extend it. I know you've been to Notre Dame to 3 different classes, but I'd like to see you put that out in the public, because it was so informative. And if you have that opportunity and time, I'd like to see it, so.
Thank you.
I agree. Mayor Pro Tem.
I've got nothing tonight.
Okay, the only thing I have is I was thrilled to host, I had some Monmouth College kids here and their professor on Friday. It was a great discussion about globalization and things that affect our hometown, but more importantly, it was really encouraging to hear those men and women and the professor talk about just how great the Midwest is. And, you know, yes, we all have some challenges, but there's a lot of hope out there. So, you know, no offense to our media partners, but you tend to see all the gloom and doom. It's kind of nice to, no offense, I said no offense, that's in,
I got plenty of evidence to the contrary.
that's in the Geneva Convention. As long as I said no offense, it's okay. I read that somewhere, maybe I watched it. Anyway.
Or maybe it up.
It was just really nice to hear their thoughts, and it was a good discussion. And so we're really thankful that they decided to come over, and was glad to host them. So other than that, ditto with everything else council said tonight, and it's a beautiful evening. So let's close up shop and get the heck out of here. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to